hair, but also want to style it without having to use all the like
Yeah, all that's
weird chemicals and all that.
right. There's a huge interest in plant-based hair care these days.
Exactly.
And flaxseed is kind of one of the big names that keeps coming up.
Okay, yeah, so let's dive into that then. Like,
Yeah.
what is it about flaxseed that makes it such a good ingredient for your hair?
Well, it's really interesting when you look at the nutritional profile of flaxseed
Mm-hmm.
because it's packed with things that your hair just loves.
Okay.
So, for example, you've got omega-3 fatty acids, and these are essential for keeping your hair shaft lubricated.
So it like helps that cuticle lie flat or something?
Exactly. Yeah, it helps the cuticle lie flat, which then gives you that smooth, shiny look.
Okay.
And they're also really good for soothing scalp inflammation, if you're prone to that.
Shine and a soothed scalp. I'm already sold.
Right.
What else is there?
Well, then you've got vitamin E, which is a powerful antioxidant,
Uh-huh.
and that's going to protect your hair from damage,
Okay.
which ultimately leads to stronger hair, more elasticity, and that healthy shine that everybody wants.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a whole bunch of B vitamins in there as well, like B1, B to B6.
Oh, wow.
All of those are going to help with healthy hair growth and strengthen your hair to reduce breakage.
So it's literally like feeding your hair.
Exactly. It's giving it all the nutrients it needs.
I like that.
And of course, you've got protein in there too.
Oh, yeah. Protein is a big one.
Absolutely. Protein is the building block of hair.
Yeah.
So that's going to really help to reinforce the structure of your hair.
Mm.
And then on top of that, you've got all these minerals like zinc, magnesium.
Oh, wow.
All of those contribute to the overall health of your scalp and hair.
Now, I've heard of like mucilage.
Ah, yes, mucilage.
What is that? And like, why is that important?
So mucilage is really interesting.
Okay.
It's basically the sort of slimy substance that's released from the flax seeds when they come into contact with water.
Okay.
And it's a type of complex carbohydrate.
Mm-hmm.
And what it does is it forms this sort of network with water molecules.
Okay.
And that's what creates that kind of slippery gel consistency.
Gotcha.
And that is where the deep hydration and the moisture retention come from.
Okay.
And that is really crucial for any kind of moisturizing hair product, especially a styling product.
Now, we've been saying like flaxseed whipped styling gel.
Right.
What is it about whipping the gel that makes a difference?
So if you just make like a basic flaxseed gel by boiling the seeds,
Mm-hmm.
it can end up being a little bit dense and heavy.
Okay.
So when you whip it, it basically creates this lighter, airier texture.
Okay.
It's often done just by blending the gel that you've already made.
Mm-hmm.
And what this does for you is it makes it much easier to apply.
Okay.
So it's easier to distribute evenly throughout your hair.
Gotcha.
You're less likely to get those kind of heavy clumps of gel.
Right.
And it just feels a lot lighter in your hair.
Okay.
Which is especially good if you have fine hair.
Yeah.
And it can also contribute to a softer hold and maybe even a little bit more volume.
Lighter and more volume. That sounds pretty good.
Right.
Now, how does this whipped flaxseed gel compare to like something like mousse?
Okay, so both of them are going to give you like a light to medium hold.
Mm-hmm.
Mousse is really all about creating volume
Right.
with that foamy texture.
Mm-hmm.
Whipped flaxseed gel obviously is going to be lighter than a regular flaxseed gel,
Yeah.
but it still has that gel-like quality to it.
Okay.
The big difference really comes down to moisture.
Okay.
Flaxseed is incredible for hydration because of that mucilage. Mousse, on the other hand, often contains alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
which can actually be quite drying to your hair.
So for moisture, flaxseed is a clear winner.
Yeah, definitely.
What about if you need like a really strong hold?
Okay, so that's where you're going to see a bigger difference.
Mm-hmm.
Stronghold gels are designed to give you maximum control,
Yeah.
and they're going to create a very firm finish.
Right.
Flaxseed gel, even when it's whipped, is going to be a much more flexible,
Okay.
natural-looking hold.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the moisture is a key difference.
Right.
Stronghold gels can really strip your hair of moisture,
Yeah.
whereas flaxseed is actually going to hydrate and nourish it.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a trade-off.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want that super strong, long-lasting structure?
Right.
Or do you want healthy, moisturized strands that move more naturally?
So what kind of other ingredients might you find in like a store-bought
Right.
flaxseed whipped styling gel?
So in addition to the flaxseed extract and the water, you might find things like aloe vera, which is going to add extra hydration and soothe your scalp.
Okay.
You might see panthenol, which is going to help with moisture and shine.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you can have preservatives in there to help
Right.
extend the shelf life.
Makes sense.
And then some products might include some conditioning agents like polyquaternium 10
Okay.
which can help to give you a little bit more hold
Mm-hmm.
and make your hair feel smoother.
Okay.
And then you might also see some natural additions like glycerin or honey,
Oh, yeah.
and those are humectants, which means that they attract and retain moisture.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So what are people saying who are using flaxseed gel? Like, what are their actual experiences?
Well, overall, the feedback is pretty positive.
Okay.
People seem to really like it for defining their curls, controlling frizz,
Mm-hmm.
and just generally achieving softer, more moisturized hair
Right.
with a hold that looks more natural.
Sounds good.
And experts tend to agree with this.
Mm-hmm.
They really highlight the benefits of flaxseed gel,
Yeah.
especially for people with wavy or curly hair textures.
Yeah.
They see it as a much healthier alternative to a lot of the conventional styling products out there.
Now, are there any drawbacks to using flaxseed whipped styling gel?
Yeah, there are definitely some things to be aware of.
Okay.
So one of the big ones is that homemade versions
Mm-hmm.
don't tend to have a very long shelf life,
Okay.
and they usually need to be refrigerated.
Interesting.
If you apply too much, it can sometimes lead to flaking,
Okay.
and the hold, as we've said, is going to be lighter.
Yeah.
So it might not be strong enough for really intricate hairstyles, or if you need your hair to stay in place like all day long.
You're right.
And then some people find the texture of regular flaxseed gel a bit slimy,
Mm-hmm.
which can be a bit off-putting.
Yeah.
But whipping it does help with that.
Okay. So basically what I'm hearing is that if you're someone who really prioritizes healthy, moisturized hair,
Yeah.
and you want to avoid all those harsh chemicals that are in a lot of the conventional products,
Exactly.
flaxseed whipped styling gel seems like a really interesting natural alternative.
I think so too. It really excels at moisturizing your hair
Yeah.
and enhancing your natural texture.
Mm-hmm.
And while it might not completely replace a super stronghold gel for every occasion,
Right.
I think the fact that it's so nourishing makes it something that's definitely worth considering.
So anyone listening, if you are curious about trying out flaxseed whipped styling gel,
Mm-hmm.
maybe experiment with making a small batch at home
Yeah,
and just see how it works with your hair.
exactly.
You might be surprised at how well it works for you.
I think so.
And you'll be giving your hair some extra love with all those nutrients.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into flaxseed whipped styling gel.
My pleasure.